Hello everyone and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV as we get closer and closer to the actual Endwalker content. Hopefully everyone is having a fine evening, and right before we, obviously we have 3 more quests before we wrap up 5.4, but in the meantime, well, Amy's not quite here yet. She'll be back soon. She's just grabbing her glasses. She left them downstairs. And the other thing, just so people who play Final Fantasy will understand this a bit more, I have myself a new minion. Look at him down there. Best boy from, well, best boy. There's a lot of best boys in Final Fantasy IX, but Final Fantasy IX and all that. Although, I'll be honest, I didn't do that because of it. I didn't do the pre-order for Dawn Trail because of him. I did the Dawn Trail pre-order because of those bad boys. So yeah, both me and Amy have Dawn Trail pre-ordered, and I mainly did it because I'd love to be able to get my Red Mage up to 80, so I can at least use the Red Mage a little bit through Endwalker as well. Just to change it up a bit and have multiple things going, that sort of idea. But yeah, this earring is nuts and how good it is. Like, my item level for most things are like 530 and things like that. This thing's 560, and it's like the strength, the vitality. My God, everything is just boosted like crazy for this thing, plus the 30% XP. That thing's nuts. Cloud Strife, thank you very much for the 100 bits, saying after today's Indie World, it's now a race to see what game comes out first. Prime 4 or Silksong. Cast your votes. I'm going to go with Prime 4, honestly. But yeah, Amy got her pre-order as well. She's here. Oh, I missed that you were dancing. And how is the...
Hello, everybody.
Hopefully y'all can hear us just fine, hear the game. And, yeah, extra incentive. Now you have to be current when Dawn Trail launches, or you'll waste getting early access. I mean, I suppose in that regard, but it's also like, I really... honestly, that 30% XP boost it sounds really nice. It could be quite close to Voxus, but who knows? We'll find out. Audio's good. Excellent. All right. Well... we only have so much time. There's Sayo, by the way. Hanging out. You're not in the right thing, but I'm going to go ahead and get...
I forgot I logged out on stage so that when I logged in, I'll go right on stage.
Oh, oh my gosh. All right. We only have 3 quests, and we want to make sure we just try to make as much progress through here as much as possible, since we are in that time crunch to reach Dawn Trail. So let's get there. How's it going, Chris Truck? I'm doing pretty well. You were able to pick up the new jobs immediately, at least. That is true. That is true. That'd be handy. Milan, your companions have already reported. Yeah, we're just go to the command room. Hey, Sausage of Fate. How's it going? Yeah, I feel like those earrings are not coming off anytime soon. The Astalicia is the very last place for such a meeting. The Admiral will be marching right into the Curl's den. I hope we don't end up regretting this. Yeah. Yeah. Lenosha. Sigurd does not want for confidence, that much is plain, but I have faith in the Admiral. She has dealt with far worse. While we have no assurances Sigurd will be amenable to reason, there can be no compromise without discussion. Alright. Welcome back, my friends. What news? Yeah, I'm going to be going Viper. Amy's going to be going Pictomancer for the new classes.
100%.
Is that early access we could use to try to level them up a bit to get to 90 so they can actually use them for Dawn Trail.
Aw, Sayo.
So they've been stealing crystals from the kobolds. My thanks for solving the mystery and securing a meeting besides. Suffice to say, I accept Sigurd's invitation, and I would have you join me as my guests. The future of Limsa hangs out upon the outcome of this meeting, and I would have the Scions present to bear witness. So yeah, we're trying to get everybody on board at this point to try to get the Beast Tribe relations kind of under control. And these pirates are the last holdouts. Main tank, but I'm going Viper till I finish the story. Nice.
Look who's come crawling! Traitor!
You can shove your piece!
Welcome aboard, Admiral. I'll wager you don't remember me. Sicard, acting captain of the bloody executioners, at your service.
'Twas kind of you to invite us. Now,
Some sound.
if Captain Hillfear has a message for me, I bid you speak it.
We have just the one demand. That you forget this bilge about making peace with the Beastmen. Ours is a nation of pirates. Always has been, always will be. Deny us our right to plunder, and you deny who we are.
Too bloody right! Pirates till we die!
What we take! Piracy has no place in our future.
That shut him up.
Pirates have no place. Our nation has prospered through piracy, 'tis true. Yet it is but one part of our long and storied history. Centuries ago, our ancestors led a failed rebellion and were driven from their homes with little more than the shirts on their backs. In fear of their lives, they sailed south until they came to these shores. Finding the land occupied by kobolds, however, they were forced to turn to piracy in order to survive. And survive they did. But not so long ago, when the Empire threatened to crush everything we'd built, we set aside piracy and joined hands with our neighbors.
I do too.
This too was in order to survive.
She's one of the few characters where the old voice actor is preferred.
And survive we did. Time after time we fought the Empire, and time after time we won. And through trade with our newfound allies, we prospered more than we ever did through pillaging and plundering. The Empire teeters on the brink of collapse. Ere long, provinces like Myrlwyb and Bosnia and many others will regain their freedom. When they do, our matchless fleet will lead the world in a new golden age of commerce. The tides favor us, and the ocean beckons with her vast bounty. But if we cling to the old ways, this great ship we call Limsa will trade the boundless seas for a lagoon. Shall we scorn the world's wealth for a plundered pittance then? Or shall we embrace change and thrive like our ancestors before us? The choice is yours. But if we are to prosper in the coming age, the whole of Vilbrand must become our ship, and a kobold and Sahagin our crewmates.
Nice. 1 second. Okay. Sorry, just got rid of the bot.
Rousing words. Might even be some truth in them. But pirating's all we've ever known. And we ain't about to give it up just 'cause you say so. Still, we're all Laminsans here and no one wants a war. So where does that leave us? Long before you became Admiral, I heard you was captain of the League of Lost Bastards. That true? If so, you'd know how we pirates settle our differences.
A duel. Very well. As Admiral of Limsa Lominsa, I accept your challenge.
This guy's in for a world of hurt. It's a bit of a shame we don't get to play as her. I think it would have been an instance if that was the case. Yep. Sorry. I mean, it would be a little shocking if she lost, but yeah, I don't think she's gonna lose.
I hope she wins. I want her to be awesome. She makes me think of Carter.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Holy crap.
Whoa.
Nice. Just that little head shush.
This ain't over.
He was aiming
Not till
for
one of
her
us
face.
is dead.
Yep.
Finish the job, or I will.
Oh my god.
Oh, hi, Captain. Oh, this guy's in for some trouble.
It's the captain!
Captain Ilfair.
I don't know if you've ever showed up before, but he is.
You fool. 'Twas over afore it began.
We might have actually seen him.
Is his name Hellfire?
Captain.
I think so.
Seems the whelps have been yapping while their master was abed. Listen well, all of ye. Since the signing of the Galadian Accord, we all of us have been part of the same crew. The crew of the good ship Limsa Lominsa.
Is the guy from Xenoblade?
No.
At the helm of that ship is the Admiral. And 'tis she who decides where we sail. Was I not clear on that point? Or did you forget whose deck you stand on? Nay? Then what in the seven hells are you playing at?
It's all we know, Captain. If we ain't pirates, what are we?
You're bloody idiots is what ye are. Idiots with your own lives ahead of ye. Ye can do anything ye want. Be anything ye want. We're pirates, aye. And we pirates love our loot. But that ain't our first love. Our first love is the sea. The sea! And what she brings us. Freedom! So hold fast to that. Let the brine-crusted husk that stands before you now be the last of them as knew naught save out of steel. And make of yourselves a new breed of pirate!
It's cool to see how much change is happening right now.
Lad, I made ye me right hand because I saw something in ye. And I still do. You have the makings of a captain. All you lack's the belief. Well now, it seems we're of one mind after all. Apologies for the misunderstanding, Admiral. We're with ye, wherever ye be headed.
You have my thanks, Hilfir.
Hilfir, not Hellfire.
Your choice of dueling pistol did not escape my notice. Good old Annihilator. Ender of many a proud pirate's voyage. Mistbeard's vanished into legend, and it won't be long before I take my rest in the depths. Yet be that as it may, the old ways can only truly die when we've dealt the Empire the telling blow. There'll be stormy seas ahead, no doubt. But I'm trusting ye to steer us through to the other side.
Cool scene. Still don't think she's as strong as the adult captain, but still cool. Rabon. I think it probably goes Rabon, her, then Kanesena. Although, I wonder where that would put.
I don't know. Kanesena's been around a lot. To
well, she's healer class, you know. She doesn't get those cool moments. She's very much politics. Oh wow, Ugrapon only 400 points away. Though I anticipated a duel, I did not foresee that Hilfir would intervene, but full glad am I that he did. 'Twould have been a shame to kill the boy. Instead, the whelp has learned a valuable lesson, and we have made peace amongst ourselves. All that remains is to do likewise with our neighbors. Now, I need hardly tell you, but any attempt to negotiate with the tribes is doomed to fail unless their minds can first be wrested from the grip of their gods. And so, in the meeting we seek to arrange with the kobolds, I would have you free their leader of Titan's influence. Leave it to us. We will open his ears to reason. Funny how it all connects. You have my thanks. Ere we proceed, there is something you should know. Some 50 years passed when the Sahagins swarmed at our halls in ever greater numbers. Limsa entered into a covenant with the kobolds. To men shall go the bounty of the sea, to kobolds shall go the bounty of the land, an ostensibly equitable arrangement, conspicuously lacking in detail. Aye, inadvertently or not, the wording was ambiguous, and we took advantage of it, moving in to claim the northern reaches of Lenosha, which the kobolds believed theirs. Bloodshed followed, then bloodshed to answer the bloodshed, and on it went till every elm of Vilbrand bore the stain of our conflict. This is not history, you understand. It is present, fresh and raw, and with their kindred's blood yet on our hands, we will struggle to regain the kobolds' trust, even should we cure their tempered. Admiral, you speak of obstacles we are like to encounter at the meeting, but as things stand, I see no reason why the kobolds would agree to a meeting in the first place. And so we must provide a reason. I will restore their stolen crystals to them, and personally deliver the cargo along with my apologies. Bait, they would welcome us in their midst not to speak of peace, but to have you at their mercy. Aye, and given the wealth of crystals we will bring, I'll wager they will attempt to summon Titan there and then. meaning a high priest would need to be present to whom we could administer the cure. Precisely. He is the fish I would catch, but he will not be alone. Nay, he will have guards on hand, and they will lay down their lives to protect him. Yet a single death on the kobold side would jeopardize our chances at peace, and there my venture founders. Yet it need not. What if we were to employ the Conqueror's Chain? Though we would still have to weaken the kobolds, it would allow us to subdue them without inflicting lasting harm. The artifact Mistbeard used to take goods and not life? Aye, that would serve. Well done, Marshal. So, friends, what think you of our strategy? The effects of tempering are cumulative, and we may safely assume that the High Priest's exposure to primal influence is extensive. It will therefore take a great deal of ether to reverse its effects, not to mention time. Time during which Alisaie would be defenseless. Even should we all look to her protection, I'm not convinced we could keep an entire army of kobolds at bay. Well, I'm happy to take that risk. It's not as if we have any other choice. Besides, it's what Tesseline would do, and had I not followed her example, we wouldn't have even have a cure for tempering, much less a chance to bring peace to Vilbrand. So I'm going to cure that priest or die trying. I believe in you, Alisaie. Yeah, you can if you want. I believe in you too. You and everyone. I know you'll keep me safe.
You don't need one. I trust you. All of you. I know you'll keep me safe.
It's settled then. See to your preparations, and then make for Camp Overlook. We will join you there anon.
It's so pretty in the background.
Aw.
I love when we're in here and it's sunrise or sunset.
Mm-hmm.
It's
It's a shame you don't get the XP boost from those earrings from the quests themselves.
so nice. Oh, you don't?
Mm-mm.
Where do you get it from?
Fights. So it makes duties and stuff like that quicker. Alright.
Man, the disparity between our load times.
Well, that one was particularly bad for some reason. I don't know why. Alright. Camp Overlook. Let's see what we got. Oh, there's Sun. Hey, Sun. Yay, we got our party. Sun's going to be going to Japan soon, so this is their last chance to join us for a bit. So we're going to have them team up, because we should reach the next duty during all this. Be under no misapprehension. The extent of the High Priest tempering is like to far exceed that of Gabu, but then his was a relatively mild case. Milder, indeed, than the majority of those we wish to save. The coming mission will have a truer test of our treatment. I have no doubt that Alisaie will succeed with the cure, but if we can but afford her the time. Yeah, it might be a little tricky. Oh, Stanae's here. Every time I go into Eureka Orthos, I get bodied beyond space and time. Yeah, we need to finish Endwalker to see that stuff, so I know nothing about it. Alphino wasn't lying when he said I'd be defenseless, so I'm counting on you all to give me the time I need. Our sole purpose will be to keep you out of harm's way, so leave that to us and focus on your own task. I mean, we haven't even done, what's it called? I forget the thing that you can do that you start at level 1 and you have to actually build yourself up as you go through it. And there's other things you can unlock by doing that. Indeed. Palace of the Dead. Thank you, Soth. And should you want for ether, you need only say the word. Gaboo, did you follow us here? Oh, I enjoyed the indie world. There's some there was some good stuff in there. Maybe not the the most amazing stuff, but I think it was consistent and some highlights here and there. There's something important that I want to say to the High Priest. Express states say, please let me come with you, please. Boja, was that the weapon stuff, Soth? Because we did do that. Unless that's something different for Endwalker. I'm sorry, but it's too dangerous. I need you to promise me that you'll stay here where it's safe, alright? Okay, then we did do that. I thought we did that. I'm pretty sure we did Boja on stream. My apologies for the wait. It took time, but we have secured our audience. Oh, it's the relic weapons. No, yeah, we're not doing that. Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. Boja's different. It's optional content. No, we did not do it. Okay. I did not realize. Sheesh. So much to explore, but again, we're just rushing through the story for now. Not rushing, but trying to get through the story. All unfolded as expected. At the mention of my returning their crystals in person, the kobolds suddenly remembered how keen they were to be reconciled. And so in the glorious spirit of cooperation, we are to be received by Patriarch Zada of the Second Order, who awaits our pleasure in the navel. If you are ready, let us proceed to the Ugamaro mines at once. Alright. Off we go. Time sink but fun? That's cool. There's a lot of old content that I'd need to return to at some point. Wait. Nope, that's not it. Where's she at? Oh. I have to go the long way. Oh, we do? Okay, I'll just... Alright, I'll just span then, real quick. This guy, it's for a job thing. It doesn't matter in the long run, but I'm seeing it marked. And I feel like I just have to kill these guys quick. It's literally hit and run now. See, look at that. I already took care of it. So many things. Wait, there's... How the hell do I get over there? This is a pain in the ass. Nobody likes the mines. Wait, that's not going to get me where I need to be. Did you get there? How did you get there?
Huh? Oh, you have to go through the big...
I'm following Saya right now.
You have to go this way and then go like that.
Oh, I wanted to go straight rather than take a left here. Yeah, I see it now. I was trying to go straight through this part rather than take a left. Yeesh. Yikes. Thank you, Sayo. Oh yeah, Zarda's the one that got Gaboo's parents. Alright, let's do it. This Aetheryte will bear us to our quarry. Should he make the summon Titan, as I anticipate, we will halt the ceremony and restrain him. I'm pretty sure at this point we could just body Titan. At this, all hells will break loose, and we will have an army of kobolds to entertain until Alizé's work is done. Just remember, none must die. We weaken them and let Einzar do the rest. It is time. Stay the course, my friends. I spy calmer waters beyond this squall. Oh man, Realm Reborn relic weapons? That sounds... I've heard that's a pain.
I got that one. That's the only relic weapon I probably will ever do.
Greetings, Patriarch. I am Myrlwyb, Blufistvin, Admiral of Limsa Lominsa.
So it is Myrlwyb. I always went with Win for whatever reason.
I come before you to offer my sincerest apologies for the many wrongs committed by my people against you and yours.
You were foolish to come here. Stupid, unwise, foolish. The Great Father shall have your souls for your folly.
Aye, just as we thought.
Now, Alizé! Quickly!
You don't need to tell me.
Let none pass. We must grant her as much time as we can.
Alright, let's do it. That's a lot of dudes.
We must protect Alizé.
You're in my sights.
There's so many.
You're in my sights.
I'm trying.
You're in my sights.
And she got him. And she is kicking some ass. Oh gosh, gotta do that 3 more times, it looks like.
Oh, just what we need.
Big boys.
You're not alone.
You're in my sights.
I feel like we're going to hear that line a lot.
Here you are, Alize.
Oh, good. Bombs. And grenades.
More! I need more ether!
Oh, blows fluid?
No, blowfish is what I see.
Oh. Okay, barely got that.
Just a little more!
Oh, dear God. Oh, God. You alright, dude? How the heck did he survive that? Ethereal depletion. Oh God, he still has 25 left. Everybody's basically down.
This is such a good instance.
Yes, it is. Oh, man. Okay, I'm starting to see exactly why everybody's starting to really like her at this point. Oh, God. Mm-hmm.
You got cinematics, you got stuff you need to understand your entirety.
I went all out with this one. Oh, I screwed that up. Not dying here. There we go. Got him. And that was with us weakening. That was a good one. That was a fun one.
Yes, this will do. Here I go.
Supercharge that pig.
Go, Angela.
Oh, I forgot to hit the button. I was waiting for it to just automatically do it for some reason.
Did it work? What? What is the meaning of this?
I'm sorry, but they died by your hand. You sacrificed them to summon Titan.
That's gonna be some guilt.
No. Why would I do such a thing? Would that there were a cure for the victims of the Tempered.
Gabu! What are you doing here?
I'm a kid, I don't listen.
Patriarch, please listen to me. Hear, heed, listen. The Great Father we have been summoning is false. He only hurts us and those we love. For a long time, his voice filled my mind. It told me to do terrible things. Awful, unspeakable, terrible things. But I didn't give in to it. And you mustn't either. There's been too much pain already. So please, end the suffering.
Wonder how we'll get an explanation for why we can still fight kobolds in this area.
What have I done?
We share this child's desire, Patriarch. An end to summoning, for it spells naught but misery for both our peoples. For many long years, man and kobold have feuded over territory, pillaging and perishing for the earth beneath our feet. It may be said that we fought to survive, but what we have sown in blood, we have reaped in suffering, and it cannot go on. I would see us set aside the past and work together for peace.
We're taking a
It was wrong of
page
me
from
to hurt
Ishgard.
my own in the name of the Great Father. Sinful, evil, wrong. But
that doesn't mean there can be peace between us. Men cannot be trusted. The bounty of the land was to be ours, and yours the bounty of the sea. But you broke the pact. Violated, breached, broke. Unready as we were, what choice had we but to call upon the divine to rid ourselves of your tyranny?
None, and I do not blame you for it. In violation of the spirit, if not the letter of the pact, we took your lands for our own. The fault lies wholly with us. On behalf of all Lominsans, I offer you my humblest apology. I pray you'll find it in your heart to accept it. Yet I know an apology alone will not serve to make things right. So, we will revise the pact to leave no room for doubt. And any who violate it shall face justice, swift and certain.
No, we won't be fooled. Not again.
Please, hear me to the end. Fleeting though it was, there was a time when man and kobold abided together in harmony, in cooperation. In those days, your people shared the secrets of smelting. Knowledge which allowed Limsa Lominsa to thrive. Much of what we have, we owe to the kobolds. And so, for the good of all who dwell on this isle, I wish to make you an offer. We will bear your people's wares to every corner of the world, and trade them in your stead. In return, we will bring you the bounty, not only of the sea, but lands both near and far. Whatever you desire, the Navigator as my witness, you shall have it.
Wow.
There will be no more man and beastman. Just the crew of the great ship that is Vilbrand. And together, we will share in the wealth of the world. If you'll only accept our hand in friendship.
We want to
What's
believe
that?
you. We truly do.
Oh.
But we believed you before and you betrayed us.
I don't think so.
Fooled, deceived, betrayed us.
There are bad men, it's true. But there are also good ones. And the ones before you are the best of them. They were always kind to me. Caring, nice, kind, and I trust them with my life.
Before I became Admiral, I was a pirate. I stole, I fought, I stained the sea red with blood. Such is my past, and I dare not forget it, however much I might want to.
I was around this time that the staff removed Beast Drive from the game interface. Because now it's been from, what is it, Beast Tribe quest to just tribal?
The pistol I used to pass judgment on my own sire when he fell thrall to Leviathan and betrayed his comrades. It's loaded. If you were to point it at my head and pull the trigger, I would most assuredly die.
Just tribal quests.
Though it isn't much, my life is the single most valuable thing I possess. If it will suffice to atone for past wrongs, take it. A single bullet to annul the old pact, and my blood to write it anew.
Damn.
What comes after, I entrust to this man, my second in command. I know that he will do his utmost for the happiness of all who call Vilbrand home.
That is intense. You okay, Amy?
Yep.
Hey, Horizon Brave. Yeah, I get the love from Myrlwyb now.
I do not trust you. Not yet. But Gabu does. And I will trust him.
Huffing about had a heart attack.
We want you to know that we respect your faith. There's nothing wrong with giving thanks to the land which sustains you. But summoning is different. Should you hear of anyone who would attempt it, we ask that you appeal to their better judgment, or failing that, seek our aid. We're always ready to help.
Many and more of my brethren are yet enthralled to the Great Father, just as I was. If you could free them too, I would be grateful. Appreciative, thankful, grateful.
So the actual remove didn't happen until sometime in Endwalker.
'Tis we who should be grateful, Patriarch. I thank you for affording us this chance.
Holy crap, a lot went down in 5.4. Like, good God. It would seem we have found a way to forward with the kobolds. Next, we will help the Second Order to free their tempered brethren from thraldom. Theirs is far from the old order, of course, and will take no small amount of time and effort to reach the rest, but reach them we will, however long it takes. So that's why you're still fighting kobolds in this area. I would say that I was in your debt, but that has long been true, so instead I will say thank you for helping us plot a new course not only for Limsa Lominsa, but all Eorzea. Great sigh of relief. There it is. Final bit of 5.4. Futures rewritten. Yeah, the final quest of a update is always the name of the
Let's return to
actual
the Rising Stones.
update.
Admiral, something strange is afoot at the floating city.
Breathe, man. What is it?
I think it's best you see for yourself. Please, come with me.
What in the world are we in for now? Oh, good night, Gregster. Take care.
What in the world is that?
What the hell?
A tower.
You can see it too, then? I feared I was losing my wits. One moment I was patrolling as usual, and the next it was just there.
I get the feeling we're starting to set the stage for Endwalker itself.
This is she. I am.
You have to walk to the
I.
end.
I'm looking at it. What?
I have to switch out the laundry.
Understood.
Okay.
Send the Elder Seed Seer my regards. The communications officer. It seems this isn't the only tower. They've sprung up all across Eorzea.
How?
Nothing more is known. Only that they appear to be of Garlean construction. Our allies on the Alamegan front are on highest alert. Forgive my directness, but would you join them? They may well need the help.
Of course, Admiral. We shall make all haste.
My thanks. I will return to Limsa to weigh our response. Look for Commander Hext when you arrive in Alamigo. And may the Navigator speed you on your way.
No, no raids, not yet. They don't end on that. This is merely teasing for what's coming next. Setting the stage, as it were. Born, thank you so much for the 100 bits saying, hey, Derek and Amy, finished catching up on your 14 streams. Love seeing the game along with you both. Hope Endwalker lives up to your expectations. Well, thank you so much for watching all of that. My goodness, that's a lot. Yeah, I'm excited. It is very hard to finish a story, to complete an arc, and that is exactly what Endwalker is doing. So the fact that people say it's good but not as good as Shadowbringers is like, yeah, it still sounds good to me. Oops. Didn't mean to talk to you again, LSA, sorry. So what's next?
Thank you for coming so soon. I'll
God,
send for
5.4
Commander Aldin
took
at
like
once.
4 hours.
We can decide what to do about these infernal towers.
Broken preserve!
What the hell?
It can't be.
The palace! After them!
People hold Endwalkers their favorite. Some people hold Shadowbringers, and everyone's like, yeah, that your opinion makes sense.
You're here. Good.
my sprout now?
No.
Okay.
Not until we actually enter the expansion itself.
Well, well, well! To be received by such an illustrious cast! Why? Even the hero of the piece is here! I feel quite starstruck.
If you didn't enter Endwalker until Dawn Trail was already out, you'd keep it until you reach Dawn Trail.
I'm pausing.
You feel free to pause. I'm not. I'm going at this point. I pre-ordered the damn thing. I want to reach it and actually be caught up.
Is that a sigh?
His body, more like. You don't fool us.
Oh! You saw straight through it. Anyone would think you dealt with Ascians before. Permit me to introduce myself. I am Fandaniel, and may I say what a pleasure it is to finally make your acquaintance.
Towers, what are they for?
My, straight to
Am I the only
business,
one that
is
likes
it?
Stormblood the
Suit
best?
yourself.
Might be, but that's fine.
It is my intention to recreate the final days. To which end
Except
I
for
have
Xenos.
distributed a collection of rather ingenious devices, or towers, which will, in time, give rise to the grandest of spectacles.
I figured.
The final days? But it was the Ascians who labored to prevent them.
You're quite right. Though I would expect no less from one responsible for eliminating my unsundered colleagues. Honestly, the three of them were obsessed with restoring the one true world. As a sovereign individual, however, I never had much interest in such things. I mean, why bother when you're just another sundered minion? Admittedly, Elidibus was not convinced by that argument.
Yeah.
But thanks to you, I'm finally free of his incessant nagging.
Okay. I said where the tower's for.
That's what I did.
Free to use my powers as I see fit, to fulfill my heart's desire.
We really got to finish off the rest of these Ascians.
And my heart's desire is to lay this half-broken world to waste, leaving nary a fleck of dust behind!
Nope.
What? Why would you want such a thing?
Maybe the unsundered were to some degree, but the rest of
Because
it seems the rest of them
wretched
were.
creatures who ask such meaningless questions to die! You! And you! And you! I want you all to die!
He sounds so petulant.
And I want to die too! Oh, yes! I want to die and take everyone with me in a paroxysm of pain and suffering!
What an Ascian hole.
I'm different, you see. From the ancients who clung to dear life, and from you. So don't bother trying to reason with me. You will find I have no reason, or creed, or any such tripe.
He is pure
I just
chaos.
want to destroy the world. But please do resist with all your might. It will add to my enjoyment. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, keep your eyes peeled, for the curtains have risen on the spectacle to end all spectacles. We, the Telophoroi, shall be your performers, and this very star our stage.
Telophoroi.
Just kill him and save everyone else if he really wants to die.
Yeah, I know, really. And Xenos is just like, yeah, do whatever. I just want to fight him again.
Ah, but I nearly forgot. I have a message for you. My esteemed patron, Lord Xenos, eagerly awaits you at the heart of the chaos. While I wish only to destroy the world, he exists solely to relive a certain, transcendent moment with you. And it is for that reason he would reduce all to ash.
Good God.
Pray see to it his dreams do not go unfulfilled. For if you should disappoint him,
Xenos is ready to burn the world.
companion here, whom I've dubbed Lunar Bahamut, will burn your cities and everyone in them.
Figures we have another Bahamut. And there's your first big clue to the moon. I did not play the post-game dungeon for the GBA 4. I never played that one. Ah, that's where Lunar Bahamut comes from. That's interesting. Yeah, I never played Final Fantasy IV on GBA. Oh boy. Smashman with a tier 2 subscription. Thank you so much now. 43 months now. Saying, always a pleasure to be here. By the way, I was thinking about using a game whose release date was announced today as my third request. I realized I'm supposed to request games that are already part of your collection. Where I supply the appropriate amount of money to afford the game, either through bits or otherwise, would you consider getting the game to play? Yeah, that'd be fine, yeah, Smashman. And it'd be a while till I get to it anyway, so yeah, it's all good. I don't think there's any sense to him, Alpha, no. And Alice says he's confronted Bahamut before, so yeesh. Thank goodness everyone's safe. We've managed to put out the fire, though not quickly enough to save the garden. Raban, can I leave it to you to send word to the Alliance? I'm going to take a unit and investigate the tower. We need to find out what it's for. We'll go with you. No, you won't. You'll rest. From what Myrlwyb tells me, you're due some time off duty. Should we learn anything about the tower, we'll be sure to share it with you. Until then, I want you to rest. Very well, but if you need our help, don't hesitate, and take care, both of you. All right, well... Yeah, Lunar Bahamut was definitely the first clue that going to the moon. I bet that brought out a lot of speculation. Let's officially finish up 5.4.
Is this when I lose the sprout?
No. It's after this next update.
Oh, okay.
Soon.
So sad to lose it.
Probably next week, Amy. Next week is when you'll lose it. I've not had time to check out the demo for Anton Blast or really anything that came out today, so yeah. Since we're all here, perhaps those who bore witness to the events of an Alamigo could treat the rest of us to a first-hand account. They already announced Endwalker before 5.4 was released, but did anybody know where you were going? No sooner do we overcome one problem than another appears. It would all seem tediously predictable but for the endless variety of our foes. This Fandaniel sounds even more unhinged than his patron. Unhinged perhaps, but no fool. For all his pantomime theatrics, he gave away little about his plot. We know only that he intends to recreate the final days, and that the towers will somehow facilitate this. He also called his dragon Lunar Bahamut. Let's not forget that little detail. And the creature certainly did resemble the Elder Primal. That may be, but the fact that it answered to Fandaniel would suggest they are not the same one and the same entity. I think it more probable that it is some manner of simulacrum born of Ascian magics. Whatever it is, for now we can but work closely with the Alliance and remain vigilant. I believe that concludes our news. What of yours, Ishtola? Oh wow, the teaser trailer for Endwalker showed the Warrior of Light walking on the moon in the first shot. Jeez, they wasted no time. I've been to see the Sultana. Knowing how quick the immortal flames are to dispose of their tempered, I judged it best to provide them with the cure first. As soon as I had sufficiently recovered, I traveled to Ul'dah and delivered the Porxies to Her Grace, along with detailed instructions on their use. Yet my visit chanced to coincide with the arrival of some troubling tidings. The immortal frames had been on the cusp of agreeing to a truce with the Amalja when negotiations abruptly collapsed. The Amalja claimed that a number of their kind had been abducted and that men are responsible. Not as known to the perpetrators as yet, but as the immortal frames went about investigating the abductions, they came upon one of Fandaniel's towers. On the subject of the towers, you may be interested to learn that they are not an exclusively Eorzean phenomenon. According to the Alliance, they have been sighted as far afield as Yangxia. Then it would seem reasonable to assume that they are everywhere. We simply have not found them. Well, as you said yourself, we can do little for now save remain vigilant, and since we are dealing with a dragon, ostensibly at least, I believe it would behoove us to enlist the aid of an authority on such foes. Hey, you got an Azure Dragoon right here. Estinian. Yeah, whatever. Estinian, now, just a moment. If he could be persuaded to lend us his lance, I would be the first to welcome it, but the truth is, we will struggle even to find him. You let me and Kryl worry about that. We'll sniff him out no matter where he's hiding. If indeed he is hiding, we have ways of locating him regardless, so if there are no objections, we shall depart at once. Well, rather than sitting around, I think I might go to each of the city-states and educate them in the use of the Porxies. They would doubtless appreciate it, but might you consider taking a moment to rest before leaving? You would be fresher for the tasks ahead. Well, my friend, our moment of triumph did not last long. 'Twas ever the way, the world often needs saving. And save it we shall. I, for one, do not intend to allow a nihilistic madman to take us all to the grave with him. Not when the future holds such promise. Nay, I will do all in my power to protect those whom I hold dear, just as you have always done. And that is it for 5.4. Took us 4 hours and 15 minutes to get through all that. How long will it take to get through the 5.5 content? The 9 quests there? Oh god, it's still not over. Somewhere in the locks. I just roll it all together, Alpha, since they're both under the name. I'm blanking on the name, but yeah.
Scouts should have been back by now. I'm gonna go and find them. Oh, thank goodness for that.
He's not looking so good. At least I'd be a little worried. Oh, God. Has he been tempered in some way?
Glory be to Garlemald!
Jeez. You okay there? I'm assuming Lisa's fine. And of course, we have to end off on Xenos for Amy.
The piles have been driven as planned, and the first of the beasts has roared to life. Moreover, I am pleased to report that preparations are well underway for the rest. Ere long, chaos shall reign over all the land, as befits the final days.
Call it what you will, so long as my friend returns to me, fangs bared and claws sharpened. I care not.
Of course, my lord. By strange coincidence, your dear friend chanced to be present when I made my declaration. I took the liberty of informing him that you await his coming, though I confess I may have singed him a little in the process.
And why do you tell me this? Are you in such a hurry to die?
Yes.
Ah, my apologies. I must guard my tongue lest it be the end of me. Though, there is something to be said for such a glorious death. Better to fall to one who has it all than falter before an inferior.
Uses, gives him Garlemald's resources.
Contingency. For now, however, I shall proceed with the plan. My lord.
I guess we'll see.
I must find myself a new weapon. One worthy of our long-awaited reunion.
I swear, if he gets something like the Excalibur, I'll laugh. Because that's a common Final Fantasy weapon. Jeez, just snapped it in half. I'm going shopping. So time for some retail therapy. All right, that's that.
Loser, we're going shopping.
Well, let's see what Unto the Breach brings us.
Well, he had a crappy weapon. If he could just step on it and break it.
I think that was supposed to be a legendary weapon.
He just stepped on it and it broke.
Yeah.
Seems like not the best.
Well, I don't think katanas are meant to be, you know, bent. Good news, Milan. Thancred and Oriange have finished their tour of Garlemald and are on their way back here even as we speak. And as we still haven't heard anything on the towers from the Alliance, I'm hoping they might be able to shed some light on things. They're due to arrive any moment now, so let's see what they have to say, eh? What are we going to learn? Ah, the welcoming party. You needn't have gone to the trouble. From what I hear, you've been more than busy enough as it is. Honestly, you might have waited for me to return before discovering a cure for tempering. As it is, I can't even pretend to be involved. Well, if it's any consolation, I myself was little more than a spectator. The lion's share of the credit must go to Alize, Graha, and Milan, but I believe that I speak for the rest of us when I say we are proud to have rendered what little assistance we could. And you also have heard, though, as you will also have heard, though, it hasn't been all tales of triumph. Just as we're taking a step towards finally addressing the primal threat, a pile of fresh problems landed in our lap. Anyway, it's good to have you back, though I can't help noticing that you're one Oriange short of our scouting party. You haven't lost him, have you? Oh, I couldn't lose him if I tried, and I did try, repeatedly, but no, he decided to linger in Alamigo to apprise Raban and the others of how the land lies in Garlemald. Then mayhap he would do the same for us. Indeed, it was just as Lisa said, worse in fact, devastation as far as the eye could see. Nerva and the Third, however, were notable by their absence. Might they have met their end at the hands of Xenos and Fandaniel? Perhaps, or perhaps they simply lost the will to fight. You see, the capital has been plunged into a deathly silence, with one exception, the Imperial Palace. It was a busy palace before the war, but it has grown busier still, with throngs of soldiers and civilians working there day and night to rebuild, or rather, transform it. Transform it into what? That is a difficult question to answer. The construction is vast and unsettling to behold, like something from a nightmare. According to Oriange, certain aspects of its design were clearly devised with the manipulation of ether in mind. Magitech, in other words. Yet as unnerving as said edifice was, it was nothing next to the sight of its builders. They swarmed a place like so many insects, working with nary a word exchanged between them. No one overseeing construction, no one barking orders. It was as if they were possessed or tempered. We wanted to investigate more closely, but given our suspicions, it seemed wiser not to take the risk. If Fandaniel can bind Bahamut to his will, might he have done the same to the people of Garlemald? Whatever the truth may be, this information is certain to prove valuable. You have our thanks. Well, be sure to save some for Oriange, which reminds me, I have a message from Alamigo. Raban is hosting a meeting to discuss the latest findings on the towers, and he requested our presence. Then why not leave that to us? You must be weary from your mission. No, I'm fine. Those towers have been on my mind since I first spied one on the way back, and I'm keen to get to the bottom of this. In that case, I shall stay and begin looking into another matter, as I promised Cryo. We need not all attend. Very well. I suggest the rest of us make our way to Alamigo forthwith. The sooner we leave, the more time we will have to speak with Oriange before the meeting. Where to? We're just... Oh, sorry. I'm just so used to, like, just go. I'm sorry I made you spend 500 gil. How heartless of me. We get to ride Torgal. Since I have the music turned off for mounts, I hear that the 16 music that plays while you're riding Torgal is pretty awesome. Oh yeah, thank you Torgal. Good job. Tancred try to hit it off with Philemon? My friends, much more have I heard of your travails in our absence. Heartened am I to see you all hale and whole. As are we to see you safely return from your mission, Oriange. I trust Thancred made you feel welcome? Well, well, if it isn't Alphinaud and his merry band. Oh, hey. Hey, Arvold. Arvold, whatever are you doing here? When we spoke via Link Pearl, you told me that you'd be away on a mission. And who's to say this isn't part of it? But enough about that. It's good to see you looking so similar. I thought you'd have grown a bit taller after a whole year in another world, but apparently not. Well, I am sorry to disappoint you. While my soul may be a year older, my body's hardly changed, as you are well aware. And may I remind you that we Elezen are known to be late bloomers, especially in terms of height. Mark my words, the day will come when even a great Oryx such as yourself will crane your neck to meet my eye. It'll be really weird to see a tall Alphinaud in Alizé. It was not until my 20th summer that I myself outgrew my boyish portions. The Moonbreda towered over me nonetheless. God, how old are Alphinaud and Alizé? 16? 17? I highly doubt we're going to get a time skip. Arnvald brings out the best in Alphinaud, doesn't he? 17, okay. So we need 3 years in order for them to have that growth spurt. They both seem so at ease in each other's company. It's almost endearing. So what exactly brings you here? Oh, for Dola mostly. We need to go over a few things before we set out. Set out? Wait, does this have something to do with the towers? What gave you that impression? Actually, tell me later. You've got a meeting to go to. I'll see you afterwards, alright? Griffin, there's several people in my FC that say in their minds Alizé can grow, but Alphinaud can't. Which would be funny. If Ferdola is going with him, that must mean... My apologies. As Arnvald rightly pointed out, we have a meeting to attend. Let us be about it. Have Alphinaud be the shortest that a Elazon can be. Okay, Lisa's here. That's good. Man, everybody's here.
Ere we begin, I would like to offer my gratitude to Masters Thancred and Urianger. Tis no small feat to infiltrate the Imperial capital and live to tell the tale, much less in times of civil war. Thanks to them, we may plot our course in full knowledge of how the winds blow in Garlemald.
Full glad are we to have been of service. But verily, such dangers as we did encounter pale into insignificance next to those faced by our comrades. An Ascian, armed with the might of Bahamut, bent on bringing about the final days.
Theatrics. He sought only to make a show of the power at the Teleforoi's disposal. But since then we have seen no sign of this Fandaniel or his worm. And while we've done what we can to bolster our defenses, there's no telling where he might strike next.
Interesting how Alamigo gets 2 representatives.
Wherever it may be, we must use the intervening time to learn more of our enemy. 'Twas with this in mind that we dispatched scouts to investigate the towers.
Our advance party took longer than expected to return. And when they did, they tried to kill us. Luckily,
the way she delivered that line.
And we were able to restrain them before they did any harm. Then it was just a matter of letting the Porksies do their work.
Are you saying they were tempered?
Once they'd come back to their senses, they told us everything they could. It seems that just as they were getting close to the tower, they heard an ear-splitting roar, and that was the last thing they remembered. But what worries me most is what they were saying right before they attacked. Glory be to Garlemald.
The Tempered have heretofore ever been thralls to primal entities. Yet these hapless souls were compelled to accept a nation as the object of their devotion. This calleth into question all that we know of the condition.
Would that the unsettling news ended there. Alas, there is more. Following the earlier reports of missing Amalja, we have learnt that other beast tribes have suffered similar losses.
I wonder what's going on there?
And we now have reason to believe that the abductions are connected to the appearance of the towers. Our scouts sighted black-garbed figures leading shackled Ixal in the direction of the tower in Dravania.
Yeah, but he's not part of Eorzea.
The Temple Knights were able to intercept them before they could reach their destination, liberating the Ixal and apprehending their captors, each of whom was found to be equipped with Garlean arms and armor.
So the Empire is the common thread.
With the support of Xenos, it seems likely that Fandaniel has rallied a faction of the splintered Garlean army to the banner of the Telophoroi.
Lord Hien reached the same conclusion when I shared our findings with Doma. The plan had been to march on Garlemald from the east and west in order to force a peace treaty. But the situation has changed. Dealing with the threat of the towers must come first. Given the nature of the enemy and the proven risk of tempering, I could think of few suitable candidates to aid in this task. But I am confident in my choice.
Lucky us.
What?
It's cool to see her back.
Resistant to primal influence as they are, they can investigate the towers without fear of being turned.
We are glad to put our gifts to use, Commander.
Gifted or not, going behind enemy lines remains a perilous undertaking. But we must know more if we're to strike back at our foe. I'm counting on you.
If it would give us the upper hand, I'd do it 100 times over. We won't let you down.
It is very cool to see how elements of each expansion has
Make ready and join your escort.
affected things up to this point and see them brought back in their own ways.
Are you certain about this, Arenvold?
I am. Come on, let's talk outside.
She's the same as always. Now that it's out in the open, I don't have to keep it under my proverbial hat anymore.
So you know, I've already gone through all the formalities at the Rising Stones. Made sure to inform Jamoldva and Vmar at Ralga's Reach as well.
Arenvold, I admire your enthusiasm, but this is far more dangerous than anything you have done before.
I know the risks. And I also know what's in store if we don't stop Fandaniel from carrying out his plan.
With this power of mine, I can make a difference. If I stood idly by, I would regret it for the rest of my life.
Arnvold sounds a little like Ardbert. Probably not the same actor, but does remind me.
And you, Fordola? Is this what you want?
What are you asking me for? It's not like I have any say in the matter.
Don't pretend. We both know Commander Eldin gave you a chance to refuse. And you didn't.
So the Empire's finished, is it? But that's what they're all saying. That the great and glorious Garlemald slit its own throat. And now, from out of its twitching carcass crawls the Telophoroi with bloody Xenos at its head! I fought for Garlemald. Killed for Garlemald. What was I a part of? I need to know. Whatever it is, I need to know.
I have a sinking suspicion that Arnvold's not going to make it.
Yeah, it really does give it the 3 days retirement feeling for him, doesn't it?
If your hearts are set on this, I shall not stand in your way.
And he's been there since the beginning.
That feels like such a death sentence to do a fist bump like that. Oh. They better not kill Arnvold.
If you finished with your touching display of camaraderie, I have a question. Which tower are you planning to
I
investigate?
need to ask Mary to tell me everybody who died.
Well, the one in Giravani is said to be tightly
detailed
guarded.
list of every single person.
It's patrol after patrol out there, apparently. We'd be spotted before we got anywhere near it. Which is why we've set our sights on the one in Pagalthan instead. There shouldn't be anything like as many Imperials to worry about down there.
Even so, I doubt the local Amalja will look kindly on it if they catch you sneaking around in their territory.
Fordola and I had a chance to learn the lie of the land in our previous forays there. We might still find trouble, but at least we won't lose our way.
Oh, Geeky, if that was true, that would be the worst thing ever.
Well, we'd best not keep them waiting any longer.
Mayhap when all of this is over, we could take another trip to Loxeld. I would have you know I've become a rather capable swimmer since our last visit.
Ha! I'll believe that when I see it. Though, to be fair, getting into deep water does seem to be a scion's lot in life. Take care, Ray.
He's in so much trouble right now. Sirens are ringing for him.
It means a lot, you know. You coming with me.
I'll still owe you for saving my skin, don't I? Can't return the favour if I'm not there.
I dare say you'll get your chance before long. That Fandaniel sounds like a tricky customer. Too much for the likes of me, anyway. But we both know I'd just be another soldier if it weren't for my gift. And I need to be a damn sight more than that given what's coming. I realise I can't hold a candle to a hero like the Warrior of Light or Alphino for that matter. He might look like he's 12, but he's seen more action than most people see in a lifetime. No, the fact is I'm nothing like them, and maybe I never will be. But I'll be damned if I don't try.
They're giving him a lot of character development.
On us. So let's give it our all.
Yeah. Yeah, he was just a background character for a while, then he got some in Stormblood, and now it's back, and it's like, Although Dola does saying that I owe you for saving my skin, so maybe she'll sacrifice himself.
So let us have faith in him. Him and Fordola both. While they see to the towers, I would attend to another task. chasing down this lunar Bahamut.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, bloody thing. Can you hear me? It's Tataru. Oh, I'm happy to say we've managed to find Estinian. And I'm sorry to say he went running off again the moment we told him about Bahamut. But he did mutter something about heading to Ishgard, so if you're quick, you might still be able to catch him.
That is a perfect voice for Tataru.
Even if we set out this instant, he may already have left by the time we arrive. Have her send the Bonanza to Ishgard. It may prove useful should we need to give chase.
I'm telling you, you have an Azure Dragoon right here.
Gladly. I'll see to it as soon as Kryl and I get back to the Rising Stones. Good luck.
While you go off on your Dragoon hunt, Urianger and I will return to headquarters. We have much to tell the others.
I wish you every success in your search for our elusive friend. May we all meet again ere long.
Oh boy. Eight quests to go. Get some more food. So Estinian was bound for Ishgard. Whatever it is that brings him home, we must hope it will keep him there long enough for us to find him. Come, there is no time to lose. Everybody's debating Arnvald's death and just ways you can stack it up even further. This poor man.
Did you see what I wrote?
Yeah. It's good stuff. Hopefully we reach the duty in time for Mary to join. I'm not sure how far into the update it is. They reached it. Ogerpon has requested their second game. Finally got their second request, which will be a game coming this fall that I'm really excited about. Metaphor ReFantasio, aka Project ReFantasy, from the creators of Personas 3, 4, and 5. Thank you so much, Ogerpon. Let me pop that in real quick. So we are good to go. And so we'll be playing Metaphor after Shadow Hearts from Jason Rocks. Okay. Cool. Got that. Get ready to play in 8 years. Congratulations for managing to get it all in there in this month. What was your first request, Ogerpon? Oh, did I already fill that one? Or were you under a previous name? What was your first request, Ogerpon? I actually want to make sure I'm not missing that. Oh yeah, Alisaie's never met a Stydian. Wario World, so I have done that one.
Stydian is your dragoon.
So at least I have gotten to your... Oh, that's right, because you had a different name initially, so I didn't have it under there. So let me pop that... let me fix that. Okay. Cool, 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 cool. All right, there we go. Let's see. Let's talk. All present? Good. Let us split up and search for Estinian. Since we're relatively new to this place, Graha and I will look around the open spaces, the squares and markets and whatnot. You and Milan can delve into the nooks and crannies.
I like that they bring us back to old places every now and then.
Yeah, it's not just that the expansion happened and then you never go back there again for whatever reason. I know people love Estinian, but he's really not made a lot of appearances since Heaven's Ward, so I'll be very curious about this. I think I should begin at the Sky Steel Manufactory, or so perhaps you could try the Congregation. Lucia may well have heard of our friend's return. They'll fix that. I mean, there's a dragon for him to kill, so he's all about this. This is exactly what he's all about. That's right, you did change your name because of the Pokemon DLC. Good morrow to you, Warrior of Light. Lord Aymeric sent word that you would be attending the meeting in Alamigo, so I gather you have not come in search of him. To what then do we owe the pleasure of your visit? I see. No, we were not aware Sir Estinian had returned to Ishgard, but as I expect you remember, he is wont to come and go as he pleases. Mayhap he came seeking an audience with Lord Aymeric, only to find him absent? In any event, I'm afraid I cannot help you. Perhaps one of your companions has fared better. No luck. God, this music just brings me back to Heaven's Ward.
I love this.
It's a good one.
Future expansions have no, like, cities cut in half? Like, will that
no sign of him. Not that I've ever met him before.
They haven't been cut in half
The way Alphinaud goes on about
since
him, I'm
Heaven's
fairly
Ward.
sure I could pick him out in a crowd.
But that will continue, right? Or they don't
Yeah.
cut it in half?
Yeah, the reason they had to cut it in half was because it was originally on PlayStation 3.
Right. But
So.
I was just making sure they weren't going back.
Nope, they're not. Because people
Speaking
complained.
of which, it does seem awfully quiet. If the erstwhile Azure Dragoon had returned to Ishgard, would it not be a source of general excitement?
First
Well, there
the
he is.
Scion's Coinkeeper, and now you. I'm beginning to think these meetings are more than mere coincidence.
That's some good armor, I gotta say.
Not that I'm complaining. It's been too long.
What the?
He thinks it's Alphinaud.
Too long.
You look an ilm taller and twice as rugged. It suits you, Alphinaud.
Oh my god, that's good. Oh my god.
Quieter though.
Uh-oh.
Have you been giving him lessons on how to be the strong, silent type?
Oh, there's no crush happening here.
Alphino! If the two of you are such firm friends, perhaps you should remember what he looks like. And what do you mean, rugged? Oh, had my brother mentioned what an oaf you are,
This is
I'd never have bothered
amazing.
looking for you in the first place.
Estinian realizes he stepped in it.
The Azure Dragoon. He who
The Azure
fought and felled
Dragoon!
the dread worm Nidhogg at the Warrior of Light's side. To think that
Fanboy mode, activate!
when I should see this living legend with my own eyes.
Oh my god. Estinian's like, what the hell?
Someone mind explaining what is going on?
Is everything all right? I thought I heard Alize shouting. Estinian! It's been too long.
Your features look softer, boy.
Oh my god.
No, it's quite understandable. That was hardly the first time we've been confused for one another. Nor, I suspect, will it be the last.
Well, I, for one, will not be making that mistake again. What I will say, for the second time today, is that you've grown. Inside and out. I can tell.
One can't remain a spoiled little lordling forever, you know.
Alpha says, per a recent interview with Yoshi P, it's not that Estinian fails to read the room, it's that he cannot read the room.
At least someone's having a good time.
I'll say, not impressed.
Alphino would never befriend other boys because he couldn't stand the thought of not being in charge. But maybe that's changed. He seems just as happy around Estinian as he does Arenvald.
I'm gonna go... I think you learned how to talk with people rather than at them. I'm gonna have you pick. You can't keep them all to yourself forever,
so sure.
Because you know that's
He
good
still loved
reaction.
nothing better than the sound of his own voice.
She says, "Keep them to my." You're joking, aren't you? I'd be glad if someone would take them off my hands if you chose that one.
No rest for the righteous, eh? Speaking of which, I was just on my way to borrow an airship to take me to Azis La.
Azis La? How could I forget? The dragon with whom Bahamut shared the deepest of bonds.
Aye, Tiamat, his mate. Even now she remains imprisoned on Azis La, though her remorse binds her faster than any shackle.
I see. As the one who first summoned Bahamut, you believe she may be able to shine some light on his latest incarnation.
Man, really are
Might I
bringing stuff
suggest that
back.
we make the journey to Azis La together? I'm not sure if Tataru mentioned this, but we Scions have an airship of our own now.
I see no reason why not. Assuming your sister can bear the thought of sharing a deck with me.
Be my guest. But confuse me with Alphino again and I'll throw you overboard. Ugh! I don't know who he thinks he is, but he's nothing like Alphino painted him to be.
I will admit, he is not exactly as I imagined him either. Based on what I had read of the man, I think I was expecting someone a little less... blunt?
Sounds good, Ogre Pawn. Tataru's airship. So this is the Delta Quadrant, where countless dragons yet lie imprisoned, the great Tiamat among them. Not to complain, but I didn't expect to find myself here again quite so soon.
Me either.
I know. Tiamat summoned Bahamut once before. She may have again, willfully or no. It has been quite some time since I last set foot in Aziz's Law, but I understand the three of you were here rather more recently. I don't suppose you chanced to meet with Tiamat during your visit. Alas not, we had no cause to set foot here in the Delta Quadrant, but I have studied the relevant records, which is not to say I wouldn't appreciate a first-hand account of your dealings with her. If you recall that we were told a story about how a lady friend of Alphino mistook Alizé for him behind the back and snuck up and whispered dirty to her. Oh no!
What?
I forgot about that. Well then, Milan is the person to ask. As far as I know...
Oh yeah, now I remember it. It just came back to me.
Oh my gosh. I completely forgot that plot point. As far as I know, he's the only one of us to have met Tiamat face to face. I'll go with, let's just say it helped that Midgard's Timor was there to introduce me. Yes, you were a friend of her father.
Ever since the end of the war with
Myrlwyb, yes. It's been held captive for so long. Myrlwyb, I believe, was a Final Fantasy I town. And it's also, because Tiamat was one of the bosses you fought there, I believe. I too have met with Tiamat. After the Dragon Song War came to a close, I came here to speak with her, a worm who had fought her own war against man in another age. I wished to know if she yet harbored thoughts of vengeance and asked as much. She said no. My hatred for your kind was extinguished long ago. But the guilt she feels for resurrecting Bahamut burns on undimmed. It torments her even now. I see. Then your original reason for coming here was out of concern that Tiamat had been forced to summon Bahamut. Nidhogg is a part of me. I feel his emotions as my own, and I know that he will not allow his sister to be made a tool of evil. In his absence, it falls to me to watch over her. Oh, let's get some pizza. Or quiche. Nah, gonna have a pizza. Oh, Mara City is this world's Australia. I didn't realize that. Different continent. No, we haven't.
I want to go there next.
I mean, it makes sense. We got North and South America with Dawntrail, so... our grandfather sacrificed everything to protect the realm from Bahamut. We must be prepared to do the same. The Azure Dragoons of history were the mortal enemies of the dragons, yet now they would be hard-pressed to find a soul who understood them better. Right. Righteous indignation. Tiamat awaits this way. Yeah. Lots of people were hoping for it in 7.0. Certainly on the list of likely destinations. Nope. Sorry. I can hear him. I got a fire horse. Oh yeah, I still have a quest dungeon here. Probably not. sire's mortal companion. What bringeth thee back to this forsaken place, child of man? I'm not going to allow the dragon speak to go through.
It's plain she knows naught of recent events. Perhaps you should enlighten her.
Ah, that my sins should be repeated. I sense not the faintest stirring. As to who could have called him forth, I know of none save the dragons of Mericidia, our children. The icon claimed their souls when first he manifested, and robbed of their will, they became tools for the Allagan's dark designs.
I've seen it with my own eyes. Captives of a lost empire, neither alive nor dead, existing only to preserve Bahamut's corporeal form.
The dragons of Mericidia are at the mercy of this Ascian. There can be no other explanation. Oh, jeez. Accursed Ascians, vile minions of darkness. Again you would profane the memory of my beloved and strip our children of their freedom, their dignity. Are there no depths to which you will not stoop? Good night, Cat Evie.
Your children's pain means nothing to them. They laugh at your kind suffering. But tears will not right this wrong, nor will lamentation see the perpetrators punished.
What wouldst thou have from me, Slayer of Dragons?
Behavior befitting a great worm. We came here to ask mighty Tiamat of the First Brood, consort of Bahamut, mother of the dragons of Mericidia, what she intends to do about the crimes committed against her children.
Time to bust out.
Were I free, I would answer thine insolence with fire, but words shall have to suffice.
Can we get her out?
She willingly stays there. Remember, she's punishing herself. Recall mortals that it was I who did first summon my beloved, praying with all of my being to bring him forth. You who contend with icons cannot well be ignorant of the consequence.
You too were exposed to his influence. That you are yet in possession of your own will is testament to the indomitable strength of your soul. But were you to meet with Bahamut again, you fear you might succumb.
Indeed. Ask the Dragon Slayer, and he will tell thee of the power we of the First Brood wield. Were I to lose myself to the Icon's influence, all would pay for the price. But it is of little matter, for even had I the strength to resist, I yet lack the strength to break my shackles. This prison shall be my tomb.
On the matter of Bahamut's influence, at least, I believe we can be of some assistance. If you're afraid of being enthralled, don't be. We have a cure. And while we've never tried it on one such as you, its basic principles are universal.
Oh, no worries, Ogrepon.
Why does she feel bad again?
Because she summoned a primal, essentially. She wanted Bahamut back so badly that she's the one who created the primal Bahamut.
Oh, the one that destroyed the original?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Speakest thou in earnest?
There is no future for those bound to the past. That you committed a terrible sin, I do not dispute. But if you feel remorse, you may yet make amends. We offer you that chance. Take it, or you will forever remain a prisoner, not of these cruel shackles, but of your own guilt.
A chance to make amends, to lay Bahamut's memory to rest. When our own star faced annihilation, Hydaelyn granted us sanctuary, and now your foes would bring about her destruction. This I cannot allow. For the debt I owe to Hydaelyn, and to all who have suffered for my sins, I shall fight with you, children of man. Oh, hell yeah. Hey, here is live. Doing well? That smile. Kira goes to how expensive does the game have to be before you say you won't do it or have to emulate it? It's hard to say. I mean, I prefer not to spend over the traditional amount. Less is always better. I mean, you guys know that Amy and I aren't exactly flush with cash. It won't make up for what she suffered at the hands of men, but there's a chance if we can free her, truly free her, we owe it to her to try. Oh no, you got a flat tire of Era's life. That sucks. I confess my heart is with my throat when Estinian thought to berate her, but it appears to have the desired effect. I know, you guys wander around. It would seem she still has some pride after all. Let's see if she's as good as her word. Oh yeah, I did the test for Dawn Trail and the graphics update, and while it's not the best settings, it can handle it. My computer can handle it, so I'm happy. While Porxies have been shown to be effective in curing the tempered, Tiamat must be considered a special case. She is far, far larger and immeasurably more powerful than any subject treated thus far. Were we to remove her restraints only to find that the process had failed, we would be hard-pressed to contain her. Then, before going ahead, we should learn as much as we can about the exact nature of her condition. Do you suppose we can find that information here? Why, yes, we can. We can indeed. The Alligans kept detailed records on all of their notable captives, and I know exactly where to look. I can't remember the exact what they were all called, but I got the yellow, you have the yellow, which is basically like, yeah, you're fine. Then you got the one above that. I got the one above that. We shall leave that to you then. In the meantime, the rest of us can turn our thoughts to the removal of those shackles. I know Alphino and Milan here are here well enough, but not you. Are you certain you're ready to see this through? Rest assured, Sir Estinian, that I am both ready and willing to give my all for the sake of the star, though that is not my only reason for wanting to set Tiamat free. While I do not claim to know all of her sorrows, I too once found myself in a prison of despair, and I well understand how hard it can be to dare to dream of escape. The Viper pose at the end looks awful on Alala. Oh no. Sorry, Mary. Yeah, $100 is a bit more. I'd have to emulate Pokemon Coliseum. For sure. $100 is far too much. It took the encouragement of braver souls than I am to make me take the first step towards a brighter future. And now I would help Tiamat do the same. I gather you're not as young as you look. Mayhap when our work here is done, we could trade tales over a pot of Tataru's famous tea. And I'd be indebted to her for the leaves and hot water? I think not. I see. Returning swiftly to the task at hand, then. I believe the nodes governing Tiamat's restraints are located in the sector known as the Flagship. Ah, yes, we are familiar with it. The Etherochemical Research Facility in particular. Estinian is wise, he fears Tataru. Oh, you may wish to take this, a spirit vessel containing a small amount of my blood. Which you just happen to be carrying around with you. Hey, my blood is extremely useful. I suppose that could seem rather odd. To explain, Rambrose, Oriange, and I are researching the use of spirit vessels and the transference of not only of memories, but the traits of certain bloodlines, and so I keep one at the ready should an opportunity to test our theories arise. And as for its use to you, you may recall that during our previous visit, the nodes here granted access to restricted functions, having identified me as a being of royal blood. And armed with that spirit vessel, I posit they will do the same for you, even in the absence of, well, the rest of me. It seemed worth a try at least. Yeah. Agreed. We will take good care of it. To the flagship, then. It's possible the restraints may have mitigated the effects of her tempering, but Tiamat has been enthralled to Bahamut for thousands of years. To have clung on to her reason through it all sets a lot of her strength of will. More than a lot. Alize and I shall remain here and attend to the necessary preparations. In the event that the spirit vessel fails to work as expected, you know where to find me. I randomly got Midgar some more, Amy. Isn't there an easy way for PC players to have their character appear in for the benchmark? I forget what though. There's the flagship. I tried doing that, but it didn't show up. For whatever reason. Oh look, the moon. There they are. Let us split up and search the flagship for the node that controls Tiamat's restraints. But should you find a likely candidate, do not be tempted to make any adjustments. It would not do to accidentally release some manner of experimental monstrosity, nor less Tiamat herself in a current state. Our objective at this stage is simply to identify the relevant node or nodes. Once we've learned what we can reconvene and compare notes prior to proceeding. Right-click your name in the login screen and save appearance. Then launch the benchmark and load that data. Okay. Might have to try that when we end off tonight, because I'm curious. No. I wasn't anywhere close at the time. No, sorry. Data link with Delta Quadrant broken. Possible cause, intruder interference. Advise deployment of automated combat units. Proceed. Well, that's not right. Oops, the wrong button. Oh, your overall looks a lot better in the benchmark, so Amy might have a lot to look forward to. Yeah, we're gonna... Oh, I'm not gonna recustomize. There, I heard you sneeze. It sounded wet. Friction between metallic components detected. Temperature increasing to critical levels. Please replace damaged parts and retreat to a safe distance. Oh my gosh. I'm out of here with my weird gazelle. There's the last one. There's some new hairstyles in the benchmark. Oh, that's cool. Hopefully we get some better... I've thought about maybe changing my hairstyle like Amy does in between every expansion, but I looked at the other male... I blanked on the names. The Catboys. I did not see any hairstyles that I actually liked better than my current one. Makote. Oh gosh, I don't know why I blanked on that. Doing. Yeesh. Limited number of giant cat lady hairstyles. Amy found one that she liked. That's how she did her benchmark. The benchmark on my computer. She made herself a giant cat girl. Infernal things. Let's see. I'm afraid Estini and I have little to show for our efforts. Did you find anything? Should we do the joke ones first? You do the activate mechanical sentries. I'll do node which spelled like bird and hair. Then we can do the dragon restraints. The bottom one. Yeah. If I know the one, though I thought the stench more akin to a fire in a menorah shed, but it seemed likely to explode than grant our wish. Surely there must be another. Sure. Only if they are willing to lead us to the node we seek, which I somehow doubt. But from what I recall of the flagship's design, the node you found could facilitate communication through Az's Law, so we may yet find a use for it. And then the middle one. Spontaneously, you say? Well, that does sound promising. Almost suspiciously so, in fact. But then you were in possession of the spirit vessel. I dare say it is indeed the node of which Graha spoke. And it was chirruping, you say? Very well, let's take a closer look. Yeah, I can't imagine changing my race. I can imagine maybe making another character of a different race, but Milan's a Makote. Do you wish to operate the dragon restraint mechanisms? You do not have the requisite access privileges. Operation of the dragon restraint mechanisms may only be undertaken by the chief technologist and members of the royal family. Or those with a vessel full of royal blood, perhaps. New user detected. Commencing biometric authentication. Authentication complete. User identified as member of the royal family. Please state your name. What's your inclination?
First name, name.
Yeah.
I'll say whatever you want me to say.
Oh, don't have to worry about the choice. I'm gonna go with Estinian. Do you want to try Alpha now? He was a cat boy until the bunny boys came out. That's fair. Love the look that Estinian just gives you. Very funny, but if that thing speaks my name, I shall see it that it never speaks again. Use your own Melania Ta in case you've forgotten. But that's just confusing. Amusing as you may find my name, I must ask that you use Bel Kukiri, please. Estinian was...
He did this thing.
Oh. Estinian was just like... just giving you a look. Error. Unable to disengage restraints of the specimen Tiamat. A system update is required. Oh god. A system update? What do you suppose it is asking of us?
How long will that be?
I could hazard a guess.
Smash it to pieces.
Smash it with a hammer. Well, that's more than I can say, confounded bloody thing.
It's brilliant, 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 I say. Genius, actually.
Says that. Well, that's more than I can say, confounded bloody thing. And with if you chose the other one, it's like Estinian's like, now that I do understand, you can go first. User agitation detected. Initiating guidance program. In order to operate the restraint mechanism, I require access to the central control system. However, I am unable to establish a link to said system due to the obsolescence of my own software. This issue can be resolved by applying system update using the corresponding terminal located within the flagship. I sense a duty coming. So can this thing release the restraints or not? It can, but only once it received the requisite system update, as far as I can tell. Until which time it'll float there spewing nonsense. User dissatisfaction detected. Initiating placation protocols. I am here to help. Rest assured that I will be on hand to guide you through every step of the system update process. How gratifying, but I dare say we will fare better with guidance than without it. For vengeance. Man, it is weird. I guess you're right. It's weird that we're getting ready to free Tiamat. It's going to take a lot of ether to get her to untemper her. I guess. Ah, yes, the Warring Triad. This terminal appears to be similar to the one we encountered when we first set foot here. Let us hope it'll be equally helpful. Not too far away. Lightly tempered, I guess it's true. Oh yeah, there's an update and then a mid-update, but it's always the same thing. It's just sort of spread out a bit. The 9 quests are still what is part of 5.55. Let's see. According to the terminal, the central control system is presently employing software version 56.135. Dare I ask which version you are employing? Oh gosh, we're only on update 5. That's a lot of expansions later. Why, software version 42.0002, of course. Warning, errors detected in the data management system. Estimated time required for update, 5 years, 1 day. That is rather longer than we were hoping. Aren't there any other options? For instance, using this terminal to operate Tiamat's restraints instead? The proposed method is indeed an option. Please be warned, however, that the procedure may have changed as a result of the system update, and my instructions may no longer be accurate. Well, I can't imagine it will have changed all that much. As long as we pay due attention to any discrepancies, I dare say we shall be able to muddle our way through. Don't bother trying to explain, just tell me if we made any progress. I would say so, yes. It does, however, require that I remain here to operate the terminal. I shall inform you via link pro once I'm ready to release the shackles. It might be best if you left the spirit vessel with me. I may yet have a use for it. Rest assured, I will be certain to return it to Graha once this is over. Just a little more work and Tiamat will be free. But before we go any further, there is something I would know. When Tiamat and her kin fought against the Allegan Empire, both sides were but dancing to the tune of the Ascians. And it was the same in Ishgard, where they stoked the fires of conflict between man and dragon from the shadows. All that the Ascians touch turns to ash, and thus have you made it your mission to fight them. But there have been times when you tried to reach out to them instead, to find common ground. And so I must ask, what do you intend to do with Fandaniel? Will you try and reach out to him too? Oh no, we're killing him. I'll do the middle one. I will try yes, and if that fails, I'll remember him.
Wipe the smile off his face.
You can do that one, that's fine. Remember him sounds so ominous, though, in those, in that way. I see little point in reasoning with the wretch, or remembering him for that matter.
He said, I'd rather put my lance through his heart and be done with it. Agreed!
But perhaps that's the difference between you and me. You see the good in people, even if it be but the faintest glimmer.
Well, we've learned our lesson.
It is also, yeah, it is Elmering Emmett's last request, of course. I only hope that you do not come to rue your benevolence.
Oh, I'll remember Emmett. I don't need to remember Fandango ticket.
You think us unwise for viewing the world thus? Far from it. That has ever been your way, as I learned when we journeyed together with Iceheart. Yet the fact remains that there are some who view compassion as a weakness to be exploited, and there may come a time when you extend the hand of friendship only to wish that you had dealt the killing blow. So save your mercy for those who deserve it. Well, we should be getting back to our task. If Alphinaud has things in hand here, I suggest we rejoin the others. Off we go, on horseback.
I got the lizard again.
Oh, goodness. What a way to travel. There's Tiamat. Guess we're going to be changing up the look of this place. This is what Amy was doing earlier, by the way. Just putting herself right in Tiamat's mouth. What next? Estinian told me all is well, but nothing more. Honestly, it's like getting blood out of a stone with him. I take it from Alphinaud's absence that he's needed elsewhere? Well, that all sounds rather frustrating, but you got it there in the end. While you were off talking to Nodes, Graha and I were learning as much as we could about Tiamat's condition. Our readings confirmed that her ethereal balance leaned strongly towards the umbral, as was the case with the kobolds. Therefore, all other things being equal, the treatment should work. The difficulty lies in the sheer quantity of ether with which we must contend. Multiple applications of the treatment will inevitably be required if we are to reverse the effects of the tempering completely. Meaning I'll need all the ether I can get. Thank you in advance. Although this endeavor will ask much of us, we do have one reason to be optimistic. Namely that Tiamat shows no signs of fanatical devotion, suggesting a milder case of tempering than that suffered by the kobolds. Tiamat saw Bahamut as an equal rather than a god. Might that have made a difference? Now that you mention it, it very well might. She would not have believed it necessary to defer to his will. But enough talk. It's time to put our theories to the proof. Tell Alphinaud to disengage the restraints ethereal dampeners. I'm counting on you, Angelo. This pig's putting in the work. Ah, such warmth. The frost that shroudeth my soul doth begin to thaw. But what are these? Visions of days long forgotten, of war with men of Alleg. Wherefore do such baleful memories return to me now? Could it be that the process of restoring her soul to its pre-tempered state is awakening ancient memories? Or might the opposite be true? If so, by helping her recall the past, we might be able to speed her recovery. Milan, she trusts you. Speak to her. Ask her to tell you of times past. Tell me of Bahamut and the Ascians. Ah, Bahamut, my beloved. Would that the peace we found in Myrlwyb could have lasted for eternity. But alas, it was not to be. The Ascians saw to that. In all creation I know of none more wicked. It was at their behest that the men of Allig first came unto Myrlwyb, unto our home. I'm getting a full-on flashback. Wicked, bloodthirsty creatures, not content with their own lands, they brought fire and death to Myrlwyb, our home. Okay, I think we're getting the same. The tale began. Yeah, okay. The tale began when Bahamut and I left our father's side. We took wing in search of a place to make our eyrie.
Their brother and sister?
Yeah. I think so. I mean, all dragons are kind of born of the others. Beyond the southern ocean, we discovered a lush and fertile land. It would come to be known as Myrlwyb by the children of men, though many years were to pass before they crossed the seas. Upon our arrival, we were welcomed by the peaceful people of the forest, kin to the trees. Surrounded by nature's bounty, Bahamut and I had found a place to raise our young. Yeah, dragon reproduction is very weird. Fascinating. This correlates with the writings of the Charlayan scholar Rarusha. She posits that man first settled on the southern continent towards the end of the Second Astral Era. Correctly, it would appear. If only she were with us to hear the tale from Tiamat herself. Again, Angelo. When first the children of man arrived on our shores, no foot did they set in those places over which we held dominion. Such was their fear of dragonkind. But as they kept their distance, so did we let them be.
What's the thing to the right?
Looks like a different species. And they're probably native to Myrlwyb. Yet as the days went by, ship after ship appeared upon the horizon, bearing ever more of their brethren, who divided the vast land amongst themselves. For a time they knew peace and prosperity, but as their numbers grew, the smaller their share came to seem, and soon they began to covet the territory of their fellows. Ere long, man fought against man, blood was answered with blood, and none could see an end to the strife, until one day they came to us. Recognizing our wisdom, they entreated us to intercede in their conflicts. Bahamut agreed, and with him presiding over the affairs of men, the land knew peace once more. Alas, those golden days of harmony too were fated to end, for the men of Allig slew my beloved, and I, in my rage and sorrow, heeded the envenomed words of the Ascians. The rest thou knowest all too well. But your tale doesn't have to end there. When you are free, we'll rid the world of the Ascians together, and you and your beloved will have justice. Fine sentiments, but you're almost spent. I'll keep watch from above. The treatment trails run. Thanks for the vote of confidence. I swear, when this is over. Keep going, Alizé. The magic is working. Well, I knew this wasn't going to be easy. No patient could have prepared me for treating a great worm. But we're close. I can feel it. And while I've only got a few more drops of ether left to give, with yours and Graha's, this will work. We've been giving a lot of ether lately. Then I believe I speak for both of us when I say you may take as much as you require.
Is this like giving blood where it comes back?
Yeah.
So it's not
Yeah, it comes back. Careful, I might hold you to that. Alright, here I go.
No. I'm almost there.
You're surprised that we're helping you?
This is it, Angelo.
Yes, I feel it. The icon's grip groweth weak.
Did it work?
We won't know for certain until the shackles are removed.
That feels dangerous. Answer me this, children of man. Can my kindred be saved in like manner?
Many have been subjected to the Allegan's dark arts. Their flesh irrevocably altered.
Sorry, hit my mic.
For tortured souls, I fear there can be no salvation.
My children. Should you hearken unto my call, we shall fly together once more. But should you not, I shall grant you peace. Better to die than live as a tool of evil. You too would wish this, I know, and I shall do as I must.
When that time comes, you won't be alone.
What's up?
We'll stand by.
Yeah, well, it's better that than be tempered in irreversibly tempered, I guess is the best way to put it. Thou hast my gratitude, little one.
Alphino's ready. It's time. Do it. And let's hope the treatment worked as it should.
Yeah, I missed that too. Never thought we'd free her.
For so long.
Never thought we'd free her.
I'm so happy about that. If she's actually out. Yay!
Oh, she's moving. This might not be a yay, though. For vengeance and atonement I rise.
So Ravenstar is her child, right?
Relsfagar? I don't know if that's her child. Midgar Simmer is her father. But I think she's brothers with Relsfagar. Yes. Cool design.
Urianger, your timing could not be better. Understood, we're on our way. It's Bahamut. He's been sighted over Pagalthan. He flies for the largest Amalja settlement in the region, at the head of a vast host, including dragons.
Oh, jeez. Tiamat versus... I didn't realize we'd be fighting the lunar Bahamut already.
You best rejoin your comrades. I'll make my own way. Our enemy awaits. Shall we?
Justinian getting to ride on Tiamat, I'm assuming. Yep. Well, that's badass. What? Thank you. While I'm sure you were desperate to join Istinian and Tiamat in battle, it would be wiser to gather the full strength of the Scions first. The foe we face demands no less. We'll go with the pineapple salad. The Flames of War. Yeah, he was the one helping us out.
I know, but it's still
Oh. No. Well, kinda. He's kind of in suspended animation, kind of.
Because he fought with the shimmery one, right?
Yeah. He's the one that was the giant one that took out the
I know
big
he was in
going mold.
Silver Tier, but
Yeah.
is he still alive?
I don't remember, honestly. I've already sent word to the others. We are to rendezvous in Ul'dah at the Hall of Flames. Let us collect Alphino and be on our way. I have it in the books, but it's just been a while. He's alive but sleeping after he spent all of his energy saving you from Omega. Ah, that's it. Okay. Thank you, Alpha.
Thank you.
Some of these details just escape you after a while. Relsfagard, Nidhogg, Tiamat, Retatosk, and Bahamut were all members of the First Brood and the children that hatched from the eggs that he brought from space with him. It's always funny to think about the fact that dragons are aliens in 14. Now, I know some of you could do with a rest, but I'm sorry to say that Telophoroi have other plans. Paglethin is already under siege. Happily, the Immortal Frames arrived just in time to join the defensive effort with Marshal Terrapin at their head. Well now, given the failure of the peace negotiations, I was uncertain how the Sultanate would respond. It is good to hear that Ul'dah has not abandoned the Amalja. Abandon them? Did we not profess to be their friends? Her new guard. Your Grace. Marshal Terrapin has made provisions for such an exigency, and was ready to depart at a moment's notice. All that was required was the agreement of the Syndicate, each of whom voted in favor of intervention. Nor is Ul'dah alone in its resolve. The other Alliance nations have likewise dispatched their troops to Paglethin. Yet even with our combined strength, we shall be sorely tested, for we face not only the might of an Imperial Legion, but Lunar Bahamut and his draconic horde besides. Tiamat's children. Fight as we may, victory is by no means assured. But not all of the omens are grim. Our forces report that despite their proximity to Lunar Bahamut, none of the Amalja show signs of any tempering. Strange, what primal would turn down a chance to claim new thralls? Oh, Papa Jean's always been part of a god? He just wasn't needed because there's always Raban. I see. Unless it is incapable of doing so. Primals are not wont to serve a master, Ascian or otherwise. It may well be that Lunar Bahamut differs in some fundamental manner from those we have previously encountered. If that were true, anyone could fight him, and Milan and others like him wouldn't have to shoulder the burden alone. Be that as it may, Lunar Bahamut remains an incalculably powerful foe whom our soldiers will struggle to best through the mere force of arms. With the aid of the Scions, however, I believe they will fare rather better, assuming that is you are ready to take the field. An airship awaits at the barrier's front. Pray set forth as soon as you are able. I think we finally reached a duty, Amy.
It's a big
Yes, it is. I, meanwhile, shall continue to coordinate our forces. Till next we meet, may the 12 bless and keep you. It was kind of her to speak with us personally. You may be certain she has no shortage of other responsibilities. Well, I, for one, am inclined to do as her grace requests, lest we forget our involved in Fordola and Paglethin on reconnaissance. The sooner we save the day, the better their chances. Indeed. To the airship, then. I gotta get to the airship landing. And yeah, we will be finishing up with the duty itself. Take care, Yukime. I just passed by a chicken angel. All right, ending off with a duty. I realize. Oh man, everybody's here talking. Alright, Paglethin is now accessible. Well, are we ready? Oh. Party leader Sayo, if you would please. Oh yeah, this is the last time we'll hear the Shadowbringers boss music, Amy.
That's so weird. I hope the next one's good.
I'm sure Endwalker's battle boss theme will be good. Yeah, you always hear it in roulettes. Stepping up. There's Tiamat. Now you're going to enjoy that 30% extra XP. I know, right? I know, I want it for my red mage. Yep, roulettes will go a little bit quicker at the very least. That's alright. The gear from this dungeon was a huge hit with my members for FSC. Oh boy, what kind of gear are we looking at? Yeah, the gear from this dungeon that you get. Flame War. And we got into that Flame War, of course. Man, it's been a long time since we had to fight dragons. Oh, I just realized we are unsynced for this. Interesting. I thought I was getting something new. Oh, it's fine. No wonder it felt like we were killing everything quickly. It's probably for the best since it's late. I mean, thankfully we're not killing him that quickly. And I'm sure Amy doesn't mind.
Nope.
Actually, I guess in this way we're not really getting experience for it, huh? I don't think we get experience for unsync. First boss, you want to take any electricity. Okay. I don't know. Take any electricity markers you get and take it to the towers. Okay. Take electricity markers. Yes. No worries, Alpha. No XP. I don't need any extra XP for my Dragoon. I'm already 83. It's fine. And we're at the point where you guys being level 90 does not actually change that much. I mean, the extra levels of course help, but it's not like killing it instantly. Mm-hmm. Tower, get away from the tower. That's a cool way the boss to deal with. Mm-hmm. I got this Draconian Fury that I never had before. I'm like, where did that... I was wondering where that ability came from all of a sudden. It's pretty nice, honestly. Alright. At least we still get the loot. Fruits of aiming and... Well, there's dancer stuff for you, Amy.
What took you so long? The Amounts are in trouble.
Estinian.
Split up.
Weird to think we're not that many levels behind Sun and Sayo now, huh? Yeah, I mean that's items. We'll get there. We will. Oh, I thought you were going. It's all good.
Oh, no, you don't.
Old school. Sure is nice to have her on our side. A cool dungeon. I'm suspicious of this. Oh, that's lasers. Enemy rush. Those are big lasers. I was like, are we fighting the wall from Contra? Thank you, son. I was not paying attention. It's certainly different for a boss. There we go. Nothing for a Dragoon. So, I just realized we're fighting the enemies from both Heaven's Ward and Shadowbringers. Not Heaven's Ward and Stormblood right now. Ooh, we get the Rights of Dragons. This is a cool dungeon. You just ride the dragon. Yeah, you use it like you're using exciting things. Oh no, you can't move it. It'll automatically take you there. Mm-hmm. Fields. Well, remember, you're not getting experience. So don't worry about the food. No, not off the line. The 14 songs in Theater Rhythm end at Shadowbringers. I don't even think they have that many songs from Shadowbringers. I think it's like just a handful at best. Okay. Dungeons only get XP from bosses anyway, and level cap dungeons are pretty crap for XP. No worries. Like I said, I'm not concerned that I'm not getting XP from my Dragoon. Where's his eyes? Well, this should be pretty cool. Oh, I know that. That was a Star Diver move. You didn't even have to build that thing up. Recognize that move. Oh, Tiamat, you okay? This is gonna be neat. Basically, according to Sun, lots of dodging. I don't think so.
On the top, look at the very top of its wing.
Maybe. Amy, you might want to get in the thing. Oh yeah, it does kind of look like snakes and stuff. I think I barely got there in time. Yikes. Of course, one of the pets went in right now. We're gonna have to wait. That's interesting little whatever. This is a cool fight. I like this one. We survived a Giga Flare, that's nice. There we go. Got him. Dude for the wheat fields. GG everyone. Probably a lot easier since we were unsynced, but still fun. Still a lot of fun. We needed to show Bahamut who was boss anyway. What? the bottoms of aiming, and they're just shorts. They're just straight up shorts. The heck? Okay. Oh, Smashman, thank you for the gift sub going to Boost Scary Helicopter. Thank you, Sayo and Sun. Always appreciate the help. It does look like Ace from One Piece. You're right, Geeky Griffin. Yeah, I hope you enjoy your trip to Japan. That should be a lot of fun. There's that tower. Children of man, the shade of my beloved is no more, and I shall forever be in your debt. By your deeds are we set free, and free we shall remain as long as I draw breath. Never again shall the dragons of Myrlwyb hearken to the lies of the Ascians. This I vow. So is she going back to Myrlwyb?
Noble warriors, the dragons chose their friends well.
That's a good way to become friends with the Malja.
Long have our peoples waged war, but no more. Your fallen lie beside our own. By our words and deeds shall we honor their sacrifice.
We would be proud to call you our allies. You can choose whichever other one. I don't have a real preference.
The enemy of our enemy is our friend. And you have proven yourselves worthy of our trust.
Same dialogue.
It is the Garleans who are deserving of our fury.
Yeah, they're just kind of upsetting everyone right now.
That my brethren learn the truth of this day, and rally as many as possible to the cause, till we meet again.
And thus did we make allies of the Amalja.
It would certainly seem that way. The Sultana will be pleased. Let's go and give her the good news, shall we?
Stay away from it, Alpha now. Oh yeah. Oh god, what's up with these two? Well, that's a bad sign. Okay, the Malja have been cocooned in the same way as the frickin' aliens? Ooh, it's squishy.
What in Ralga's name happened here?
The gods only know. But you can bet these poor sods aren't here by choice.
Quickly! We've got to get them free!
I was gonna say, that seems like a mistake are involved.
Get back!
No! What have I done?
It's too late for them! We're leaving, now!
Oh, this is bad. Oh, hi, Ifrit.
No. No! Don't you dare! We came together and we're leaving together.
We're dying together. Lunar Ifrit. Oh, God. Well, that's a heck of a thing to have a cliffhanger with. Sheesh. Oh boy. I mean, yeah, we did call. I mean, of course there was something going to happen.
See what Alice said?
But I forget exactly. I read all of them.
Like, hope he got out undetected.
Yeah. Nope. He had to go and touch one of them.
Just like a boo from Aladdin.
Well, if it'd be too much to hope that this is the last we've seen of Fandaniel, we have dealt his schemes a telling blow this day, and that alone is cause to celebrate. And celebrate I will, when we have received word of Ehrenwald's safe return. You're going to be waiting a bit. What? Oh, it's fine. Alright. I should probably just go ahead and take the next quest. Oh wow, we only have 4 quests until the beginning of Endwalker. 4 quests until you lose your sprout. We're just going to accept the next quest at the very least. Standing around here worrying is not going to help matters. Come, we must discuss the day's events with Pippin and her grace. Brave scions! Would that I could treat you to a hero's welcome, but I bear urgent news from the frontistery. I think at this point we're in 5.55 Boo Scary Helicopter. Your Grace, whatever is the matter? As our troops withdrew from the Paglathan, they came upon the 2 scouts sent to the nearby tower. I have yet to hear a full account, but it seems that one of them, your friend I believe, had been wounded and was being dragged away by the other. Oh no. I must go. Forgive me, Your Grace. This is the last quest of 5.55. 5.5. The next is 5.55. Whatever. It's no big deal. Can you tell us aught of Ehrenwald's condition, Your Grace? The wounded scout. Not save that it is grave. The chirurgeons tend to him even as we speak. The infirmary must be inundated with the wounded. If all of us go, we'll only get underfoot. Milan, Estinian, would you mind going after Alphino? He may need some support from someone other than me. Very well. Thank you. The rest of us will see that the relevant people know what took place in Paglathan. God, that dress of Donabo. Come on, then. Well, at least we know they're alive. For now. Alright. with that triumphant music playing in the background, that will bring an end to this one. And yeah, next time we'll be finishing up the prologue to Endwalker and getting ready for and actually starting the expansion itself. That being said, once we do hit Endwalker, I'll be backing out so I can show off the opening movie. Aw, Amy. You can show off your new emote that you just got. The read one? Yeah, the reference one. She's studying all of you. This will be on the test. Yeah, great progress. Really enjoyed this set. Very curious where it's going to go. Kind of makes you wonder how Endwalker is going to evolve from here at this point. So, yeah, it should be quite interesting to say the least. Of course, we'll be back next Wednesday for more 14 to actually reach Endwalker. And tomorrow will be some more Yakuza 0 at from 9 till midnight. We're in chapter 10, and with any luck, we'll be finishing up the final sub story for Kiryu, as well as hopefully the real estate game, leaving only Majima's side of things. So yeah, cool stuff there. And then on Friday will be more. Friday will be more Crosscode at 1, while Saturday at 1 will be more Deltarune. So there's our next couple streams. So we can look forward to that. In the meantime, let's see who we can raid. Let's see. We got Shellshock and Blueberry, and then a suggestion from Sonic Joe from Pangea Ponga, who's playing Mario Maker 2. Any preference? Bloob is playing Majora's Mask, and Shellshock is playing God Hand. If I see no preference, I'll probably go with oh, you guys want to see more God Hand? See how Shellshock's making out? Oh, there's a lot of conflicting reports. What do you think, Amy? Any preference? Mario Maker 2, Majora's Mask, or God Hand?
I don't know what God Hand is.
We streamed it once before. It's a kind of a beat 'em up type game.
Sure, or that or Mario. I do not want Majora's Mask.
Okay. Oh goodness.
Go for whatever you want to go for.
We'll go with Sonic Joe's, which we've never rated. We've rated Shellshock quite a bit lately, so we'll go with Pangea Panga.
Okay. What are they playing, Mario?
Mario Maker 2, yeah. Actually, scratch that. They're doing it to 585 people, and we like to go for smaller streams, so we'll go with God Hand in that case. Sorry, Sonic Joe. I like to raid smaller streamers. Just spread that love. So yeah, he's in a boss fight too, so that should be something. All right, that'll be that. Thank you all so much for joining us once again. Always appreciated. Hope you have a great rest of your night. See you tomorrow for some Yakuza 0. And until next time, bye.
Thank you so much, everybody.